Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches: San Diego Padres vs Atlanta Braves, Minnesota Twins vs Chicago White Sox, and Cleveland Indians vs Houston Astros, which are happening on Tuesday, July 20th, 2021, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes. Let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. And if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 270 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours and hours of your time searching the internet for some fake betting predictions and losing your money because of it. Join High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advices instantly. More importantly, can you trust Taki Toussaint in his first big league start of the season against a Padres offensive lineup pulverizing pitchers? The Padres have been too hot on the road, and the Braves have been too generous defensively to think this game has any other option than ending in a shootout. And that sort of a game favors the Padres greatly. Toussaint is going to struggle in his first game back against a Padres team averaging 5.45 runs per game. You don't get thrown into deep waters like this without a life vest and swim with efficiency. By life vest, I'm referring to having at least a reliable bullpen. The Braves have been the kings of collapsing late in games. Just look at their 2 losses to the Tampa Bay Rays in the previous series. The Padres are one of the best teams in baseball when their offense rolling, and this Braves team isn't up to the task of slowing them down with Toussaint as the starter. As expected, the Padres have been one of the more consistent offensive teams in the majors this season. They rank top 10 in virtually every single category, including batting average, runs, on-base percentage, slugging, and home runs. Second-year shortstop Fernando Tatis has been on a rampage, hitting a rock-solid .291 with 28 home runs and 64 RBI through 75 starts for the Padres and their loaded lineup. San Diego is expected to send one of their bullpen arms for this matchup against the Braves. The official starter has yet to be named according to MLB.com. Regardless of who opens the game, they have been dynamic in the pitching department. Coming into play on Monday, they rank top 10 in staff ERA, WHIP, walks allowed, and strikeouts generated. It has been a spectacular start for the title hopeful Padres, and things will only trend up as they get healthier in time for the summer grind. The Braves are doing whatever they can to shore up the issues in their pitching rotation. Injuries have been a lingering problem for the team on top of a bullpen that sits in the bottom half of the league with a 4.64 ERA. Opposing teams are sitting at a .243 batting average with a .297 BABIP against the Braves this season. The up-and-down play on the mound has made them one of the biggest conundrums in the National League. You just don't know what to expect. The Padres have the bats to test not only the pitching in Atlanta, but they'll also test the banged-up outfield as well. They have the 4th best ops .741 when playing away from their home building this season. So they'll definitely be in a position to make plays against the Braves. Whether those plays turn into runs or not will depend on Taki Toussaint and the defense. The 25-year-old righty will be making his first start in the rotation this season following a year where he threw for an 8.88 ERA and 24.1 innings of work. The good thing is the Braves have the bats to make it interesting. They averaged 5+ runs in their loss to the Rays. However, they'll be running into one of the better two-way teams in baseball in the Padres. This is the sort of game where they can either make some noise or reinforce the narrative that they're a dead-in-the-water team this season. My betting advice for that game is to pick San Diego Padres. The total is going to be set pretty high in this game due to mediocre numbers from both starting pitchers, but I think the value is on the under. This is a very unique scheduling spot for Minnesota, who has now played 5 games in 3 days. I would not be surprised if several starters are given the day off. Regardless, fatigue and concentration is going to be an issue. Keuchel is a veteran who is going to be well aware of this and is going to take advantage. The Twins are one of the more disappointing teams in the MLB this season, and the pitching staff has been the main reason for the team's struggles. Bailey Ober has only started 8 games this season, but has allowed 20 runs with only 37 strikeouts. Moreover, Ober is allowing a .431 expected opponent slugging percentage and a 4.38 expected ERA, indicating that opponents are making hard contact and running up the score off of the 26-year-old starter. While the pitching staff has struggled for the Twins, the offense is still one of the best in the MLB, scoring 4.62 runs per game. At 40 years old, Nelson Cruz continues to hit at an elite level with 18 home runs, a .301 batting average, a .380 on-base percentage, and a .543 slugging percentage, all of which lead the Twins' batting order. In addition to Cruz, Miguel Sano and Josh Donaldson have combined for 29 home runs, while Jorge Polanco, Max Kepler, and Byron Buxton have combined for 32 home runs, as part of a powerful lineup that the Twins possess. Chicago has plenty of wiggle room to work with in the second half of the season. The White Sox have built up a commanding 8-game lead in the AL Central and are coming off an impressive series win over Houston. They dropped Friday night's opener before responding with wins on Saturday and Sunday. Cleveland is the only other team within reach in the division, but the Indians will need a strong second half to make Chicago nervous. The White Sox have an excellent offense, ranked 4th in baseball with a team batting average of .257. Shortstop Tim Anderson leads the team with 102 hits and a red-hot .315 average. Veteran first baseman Jose Abreu has 80 hits, including a team-best 16 home runs. Third baseman Yoan Moncada has added 77 base knocks. They are going to face a Minnesota pitching staff that is number 27 with a team ERA of 4.98. Southpaw Dallas Keuchel is expected to start for Chicago. He allowed 1 run across 7 innings in his last start, earning the win against Baltimore. Keuchel had allowed 7 runs against Detroit in his previous outing, so it was a much-needed bounce back. He has been inconsistent in 2021, which has led to a 4.25 ERA. My betting advice for that game is to pick under. While the Indians continue to navigate issues with the injury bug that has decimated their best pitchers and lineup, Houston's offense and depth have continued to take shape and will be on full display on Tuesday night. Houston has 4 different players leading in the 5 major offensive categories, and that balance is tough to match by anyone in baseball, let alone the struggling Indians. McKenzie has struggled this season, and the injury derailed his spring, but to replicate what he did last time out will be tough for the youngster. Garcia on the other hand has a solid ERA and a lower whip than McKenzie, which will be crucial as he takes on a makeshift role down the stretch of the season. It's been a nice stretch for the Indians, who took 2 of 3 from the Oakland Athletics to gain a game in the wild card race last weekend, but they have been held back by going 0-5 against the Astros this month. Franmil Reyes launched a long home run to get Cleveland on the board in the 4th inning on Monday night before later adding an RBI single, and Harold Ramirez's RBI single in the 8th to cut the deficit to 4-3 wasn't enough as the tying run was stranded on 3rd. Starter J.C. Mejia took the loss, allowing 4 runs on 7 hits and 2 walks, while striking out 8. Amed Rosario recorded a 3-hit game for the Indians, who did not have an extra base hit other than Reyes's long ball. Cleveland has a similar record against the spread at 47-43 and remains up just narrowly on the money line for the season after winning 6 of 7 heading into Monday. Overs are 47-39-4 for the Indians, including an even 5-5 over their last 10 games. While Cleveland's offense has looked much better lately, it still has pedestrian numbers for the season with an average of 4.33 runs per game and a 0.697 team ops. Injuries have caused the Cleveland pitching staff to slump to a below-average 4.37 ERA, although the bullpen has continued to deal with a mark of 3.33. Youngster Tristan McKenzie will take the mound on Tuesday night looking to follow up a gem last time out when he tossed 7 scoreless innings against the Kansas City Royals, allowing 1 hit and 1 walk while racking up 9 strikeouts. The 23-year-old has struggled overall with a 1-3 record, 5.47 ERA and 68/40 KBB ratio in 49.1 innings of work. Franmil Reyes is a key cog of the Indians lineup with a 0.910 ops, 15 homers and 40 RBI in just 50 games after missing a chunk of time with a strained oblique. Monday's win didn't only make it 5 straight against the Indians this season, but saw them stay toe-to-toe with Boston for the best record in the American League. Houston has been dominant over their AL Central opponent in Cleveland on Tuesday and will be excited to keep their momentum going against a potential contender. Houston has only gone 5-5 in their last 10 games, but is still 4 games clear of Oakland in the AL West. They'd love nothing more than to extend that divisional lead on Tuesday, but will have to do it without Alex Bregman and a handful of pitchers. Heading into Tuesday's second game of the series, Houston will be without 5 relievers and 3 starters, only further testing the limits of their arms. Unlike Cleveland, Houston has one of the best defenses in baseball. They ranked first in runs per game, batting average, and hits per game, while still ranking in the top half of the league in home runs. Michael Brantley has quietly picked up right where he left off from in previous years, leading the team with a .329 average. Yuri Gurriel leads the way with 100 hits and a .377 OBP, while Loz Altuve, 20 home runs, and Yordan Alvarez, 58 RBI, lead in the power categories. Over the last week, the numbers have been weak, though for the entire lineup, and if the offense doesn't wake up from the All-Star break, Cleveland could take advantage. According to MLB.com, Luis Garcia will take the ball for Houston as he continues to fill in for injuries in the rotation. Garcia has a 6.5 record and 3.06 ERA and has a lengthy list of appearances on the season. The last time out against Oakland, he went 5 innings, allowing only a run and striking out 7. He's yet to face the Indians this season, but will be riding high in confidence after his last time out. My betting advice for that game is to pick Houston Astros. Good luck to all of you. That's it for this video. Stay tuned and stay safe for the next betting tips and advice.